I'm having an amazing day of reacting today. And the reason is because my community over on Patreon has finally gotten me to check out Faouzia. And oh my God. So I've already did a reaction to Unethical. Unethical. Da-da-da-da-da. Oh my God, that melody was, it's still stuck in my head. So emotional and powerful. And then this was the first thing I checked out was Desert Rose. The Sting cover. Oh my God, her vocal melisma is unbelievable, her voice. So, and now I'm going to be checking out Tears of Gold Strip. This was, I think, the most requested one that I had over on Patreon. So we're going to check that out now. Let me introduce myself. My name's Tim. I've been a vocal coach for the last 25 years. Building voices is my life's work. This is my website. I have an amazing team of teachers that teach with me under my tutelage here in the Manhattan, tri-state, Philadelphia area. We do in-person lessons out here, but we have students now online all over the world, especially with this channel. And online lessons work really well, actually. So if you need a vocal coach, hit us up. The link is down in the description. Last thing to tell you about, the reason that I do so much over on Patreon is because as music reactors, they put a copyright claim on the songs that we react to. So all of the ad revenue from the videos that we do actually go back to the artists. And I have no problem with that, actually. I love that. I love that my reactions make money for artists. I'm an artist, you know? Only thing that means, though, is that your support on Patreon is what keeps me making so much content and keeps this whole channel alive. So for those of you who are supporting the channel, and we have a growing community over there, that I just try to hammer you guys with like as much content and answer your requests as I can. So if you want to come over and be a part of the community, come on over. Links down in the description for all of my stuff. Okay. All right, here we go. We are checking out Faouzia Tears of Gold Stripped. Let's do it. Melody there.
Mama always told me that I was too naive, gave away my trust for pennies. I said, don't you worry, didn't think that I'd be broken down and crying. Help me. Red check, heart in debt. All you do is come on, I just came here to collect. Red check, heart in debt. Don't you know that I cried tears of gold for you?
Whoa.
I sit here apart for you. Collect my pennies and my dimes. That's why you love it when I cry. Platinum love for you.
Oh my God.
Give no less for you. Generosity is my enemy, so I'm broken. Your heart's rich because
Wait.
of me.
Oh my God. I thought that was the end of the chorus. Oh my God.
I know that this is my fault.
All right, I gotta stop for a second. Whew! Oh my God. This tone quality in her voice, it's interesting. This is the most depth that she has sung with that I've heard so far, comparing it to like her Unethical and Desert Rose. Like in Unethical, she does have some of that depth of tone.
That's just what you always do every time.
See, there's some of that depth of tone, but in this one, she has even more. Like, I made a comparison in I think it was Unethical. I was just talking about a couple other pop singers that she kind of reminded me of. Yeah, I mean, several, like Christina Perri. She reminds me, like, there's like a little bit of tone qualities of Sia. There's a little bit of like Adele, things that my mind is grabbed. You know, your mind always grabs at what's familiar first, you know, and I noticed in Unethical, she had a lot of depth of tone in her sound, and I kind of compared it a little bit to the way that Adele has depth of tone. And one of the differences I was talking about between her voice and Adele is that Adele has a little more grit on her voice, like, oh, the creaky, scratchy things. And I was like, interesting, Faouzia doesn't do that as much, but she is now. This, the amount of texture, I didn't know that she could activate that in her sound from the first two things I'd heard. This is cool. There's more that goes on. This song, she has more depth in her voice than in the other two. Here, listen. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm a little amped up by her right now. Like this is my third reaction to her, and I'm very I'm being a little jittery and like a little extra excited now. So just bear with me a little bit. The creativity of this also reminds me a little bit of Chinchilla. If you haven't checked out Chinchilla, if you like Faouzia and you haven't checked out Chinchilla, I highly recommend you check them out. They seem to sing about darkness a lot and like heavy emotional things that go with relationships and stuff. At least in my few songs of Faouzia I've heard. Yeah, okay, I need to slow down. Let me slow down. Oh, that melody. That's cool.
Mama always told me that I was too naive, gave away my trust for pennies.
So that depth, she has a lot of depth of tone. Again, this is where that comparison to Adele holds stronger. I mean, that's very Adele-esque, you know. I think about "We Were Young" by Adele, how she starts off super low in the beginning of that song. Oh my God, it reminds me. I'm not going to play it now, but she has a similar depth in the bottom of her voice. And we hear Faouzia with some grit on her, or some false chord grit. Is that vocal fry or false chord grit? There's two ways to do grit: vocal fry, false chord grit. Let's see which one it was.
I was too naive, gave away my trust for pennies. I said, don't you worry, didn't think that I'd be broken down and crying. Help me.
It's really, it sounds like vocal fry to me. You can get that creaky door sound in the bottom of your voice when you're in the low notes of your voice with vocal fry. You can't do it while you're holding a note, though. That's the big difference between vocal fry and false chord grit. False chord grit, yeah, you can have distorted things happening during the holding of a note. With vocal fry, it happens, and then as soon as the normal singing starts, vocal fry goes away. And the reason is because your vocal cords are being used to make the vocal fry sound. You can't make a vocal fry sound and a singing sound at the same time. You can make a false chord sound and a singing sound at the same time.
Red, check, heart, and dead. All you do is come on, I just came here to collect.
All you do is da-da. That's really a cool rhythmic little thing she did there. It's unexpected, right? All you do is, and it's got a little, it sort of accentuates the attitude because it's a little slammy and it's a little gated and short. All you do is, it's cool.
And all you do is come on, I just came here to collect. Red, check, heart, and
her agility, she moves her voice so well.
Don't you know that I cried tears of gold for you? I sit here apart for you.
Oh my God.
Collect my
Goosebumps.
pennies and my dimes. That's why you love it when I cry.
So listen to what she did. Like I reacted, I know I must have, when she did she did that belt note up crazy high. And then she got out of the belt note into her head voice seamlessly without taking a breath. And that was where I went like, what?
Collect my pennies and my dimes. That's why you love it when I cry. Platinum love for you. I'd give her no less for you.
That moment. Wow.
For you, I'd give her no less for you.
So she's up on, oh my God, it gave me goosebumps again. Just like, I'll just keep playing it. Like, see, I wonder how many times I could play it and trigger a goosebump. Like, you know, I need to do like a little scientific experiment on goosebumps. What is happening? All right, so she's up on oh God, okay. So she belts up on that C sharp right there. And then she belts the C sharp. Then she goes into her head voice on the C natural. I can't tell you how hard that is to do. Because here's the thing. Your voice wants to be belty lower than where it wants to be heady. Okay? So it's like, I could belt, 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 belt. Then when it goes up, it wants to go to head voice. Then as we go down, now it wants to get belty again. She inverted that concept. She belted a note higher than the note following it, which was "Live for you," and she went into head voice on the note lower, without a catch in her voice, without a little blip or a little yodel. She just did it seamlessly. And you've heard me talk about mixing if you've been following the channel. Mixing is you're coordinating, you're going from your brassy voice, bop, 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 your trumpety voice, to your windy voice, ha, and all the permutations between those two that you can do, and having fluency, I, in the same pitch range, and having fluency, I, from low notes to high notes, right? That's mixing. And it's one of the hardest things that you need to build coordination in when you sing. She's doing this here almost like this didn't even sound like it was a big deal to do. But I'm telling you, if I threw that coordination at 100 professional singers, they would go, I don't know if I can do that. One more time.
For you, I'd give her no lies for you.
That's that kind of vocal technique that can get me excited in the morning. Oh my God, she's amazing. And she's so chill.
Is my enemy, so I'm broken in your heart's reach.
She's a killer singer. I mean, so coordinated.
Because of me.
Wait. Because of me. She's down on an E flat. Because of me. That's low. Because of me, F. We're down in the basement. For someone who belts those D's like she did, she belts a D in Unethical, I think. This C sharp she does right there. For someone that belts so effortlessly up in her gear 2 of her voice, which is what I call this range of your belt voice right here. She does that so well. For her to have access down to E flat in her lower extension of her voice is stupid. It's outrageous. I haven't even listened to this whole song yet, and it's like 13 minutes in. I'm sorry, guys. But, you know, that's the thing. This is a reaction channel. You can, you know, watch her on her own. Like you're watching me be blown away by her right now. That's what you're watching.
I know that this is my fault, gave a little too much, knew that this was gonna happen, but I'm not gonna lie, you can make me cry 1,000 times, I'll come running back like what is going on with my head. Right, check, hard and dead, all you do is come around, came here to collect. Right, check, hard and dead, don't you know that I cry tears of gold for you, I sit here proud for you.
Oh my God.
Collect my pennies and my dimes, that's why you love it when I cry. Platinum love
That was an E flat.
for you, I'd give no less for you. Generosity's my enemy, so I'm broken in your heart's rich because of me. And those bodies that do it all over again.
Beautiful.
And those bodies know it's never gonna end. I keep coming right back like a maniac. I keep coming right back like
Wow.
oh. And those bodies that do it all over again. And those bodies that know it's never gonna end. I keep coming right back like a maniac. I cry tears of gold. Collect my and my dimes. That's why you love it when I cry. Love for you, I'd give no less for you.
She did it again.
Generosity is my check, hard and dead. All you do is come around, just came here to collect. Red, check, hard and dead. Don't you know that I cry?
That was one of the most exciting things I've checked out in a while. And I mean, I've checked out. I get excited easy to stuff, but this is outrageous. She is just. Let me just say some things that were running through my head. I wish I could just USB my mind to so I could just first put my first impressions out for you all as I'm hearing them. I'm floored by her. I mean, one of the things I was thinking was, I can't believe it took me this long to get to her on the channel. You all are right to have been a little like, Tim, what are you doing? Like, you need to listen to Faouzia. Oh my God. All right. So one of the most interesting things about this particular song, let alone talking about Faouzia's talent and technique and emotion. I mean, she's really emotionally charged in this. You could see at the end, she was really in it. But one of the things about the song that I find very, very interesting is the song, the phrasing. Da-da, da-da, da-da. It's got this kind of hip hoppy rhythmic accenting going on a little bit, but it's just very interesting. I want to just talk about that a little. I'll stop and start and show you.
Came here to collect back like what happened, but I'm not gonna lie, know that this is me.
Here we go. Verse 2.
I know that this is my fault, gave a little too much, knew that this was gonna happen.
Hear that depth?
But I'm not gonna.
Now that little happen, normally it's a no-no to breathe in the middle of a word, which makes sense, you know. You don't do that when you talk, and that's one of the things that they say about what, in speaking. You phrase things by pausing or taking a breath to make a point, like I just did right there. In singing, we have to kind of honor that same communication technique and use it in our singing as we do in speech. So here's the thing. She took a breath in the middle of the word here. And in this case, I feel it makes perfect sense to do it, because it's kind of like we have a lot of these short idea, da-da-da, and think about how that plays out in speech. No, don't go. What are you doing? We talk like that sometimes. Maybe not as exaggerated as that. But, this kind of stuttered style of talking, it's very, we interrupt ourselves. We don't finish our statements. We don't finish words sometimes, right? And it's got a little bit of that feel to it, like she's processing this emotional stuff. And we'll talk about the meaning of the song a little bit too. I'm already 18 minutes in on this reaction. I feel like I haven't even done anything yet.
I know that this is my fault, gave a little too much, knew that this was gonna happen, but I'm not.
See, that makes sense. This was gonna happen. So what does that say expressively? Expressively, it's like the thought is broken. It's like my mind is broken. It's like I'm at the end. That's kind of the expressive context, I think.
Gonna lie, you can make me cry 1,000 times. I'll come running back like, what is going on?
Like that phrasing right there, I find super interesting. Da da da. It's almost a little rappy, right?
But I'm not gonna lie, you can make me cry 1,000 times. I'll come running back like.
It feels a little bit like a rap rhythm. Rhythm and rap kind of, it leans on the syncopations and falls over the beat in funny with da 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 ba da bam boo da boo da bam boo da ba. It's got a rappy feel.
What is going on with my
and
head?
Those accents and bum 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 bum, so cool.
Cry 1,000 times, I'll come running back like, what is going on with my head?
I love that speaking part right there too.
Check, hard and dead. All you do is come around, came here to collect.
Come on down, ba-da, da-da, da-da, da. That rhythm, so cool. So hip-hoppy.
All you do is come around, came here to collect. Red, check, hard and dead.
Hear that little weird vibrato? She does like a little trembly vibrato.
I'm here to collect. Red, check, hard and And don't you know that I cry tears of gold?
Notice how lateral and bright it gets when she crosses that A natural right there. When she gets to that B flat, the tone does the perfect thinning out of the brassy upper register. Your upper register, once you cross that, for some female voices, the B flat, sometimes it's a B. It's like in this range right here. You can be fat and belty, like bop bop, like really thick with your belt voice, up to about a B flat. But once you cross that line, you've got to start thinning out, and your brassy tone has to get a little pointier and a little more on the edge of the chords. Just like she's doing here. She's heavy. She's got heaviness in the mid-lower register notes. But as soon as she flips over that B or into that B flat and above, it's the perfect balance of thin brassiness. Listen, I'll point it out.
Don't you know that I cry tears of gold for you?
Right there.
I sit here proud for you.
Right there. You hear that? She's still up on the C sharp. She goes up to the E flat later. So that is that thinned out brass tone I'm talking about. Yeah, unbelievable. That's the E flat. Love you when I... Whatever that note was there. Oh my God. So, and then the bridge over here, this heady.
Right back like a maniac.
Now we're doing more of that rhythm. Da-da, 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 da-da. It reminds me of Chinchilla. Chinchilla does a lot of that stuff too in her like big brassy pop. Chinchilla. They should do a dueling divas duet. This part was so gorgeous. Oh my God. So many different tones. She's got guttural low things, beautiful high sounds, brassy belt, Arabic scales in her music, great agility.
It's never gonna end. I keep coming right back. Your heart's rich because of me.
Notice though her head voice still has a little husky air flowiness in it, which makes her sound like a contemporary commercial music singer as opposed to a musical theater singer. That's the difference. Musical theater singers usually get a little more point and focus in their tone. She's got the huskiness in the tone.
So I'm broken, your heart's rich because of me. And those bodies that do it all over again.
Notice how little mouth space she has here. She's up in that same range she was belting before, but now she's doing it in her head voice. It's the same note as that belty note, that C sharp. But notice she's in... And even notice me, I didn't have very much mouth space when I did that little na-na-na. When you're in your head voice mix, you don't need as much mouth space. It's when you do the brassy belt that you have to really open things up. See?
Keep coming right back like a maniac.
I got
keep coming right back like
that depth coming back. How's she making that depth? When you go to the bottom of your voice, you naturally open your throat a little bit. Your larynx goes down, and that's what happened right there. That's how she got that depth.
Back like a maniac. I keep coming right back like
her fluency in from brass to wind is so amazing. She's all over the place, so accurately.
Those bodies, I know it's never gonna end. Keep coming right back like a maniac. I cry tears of gold.
I'm sorry, it wasn't just an E flat. That was an F. Oh my God. So we were. Remember, I told you like. This is like gear 2 of the chest voice. She was up here. This is gear 3 up here. You can still get brassy, belty voice up here. It just gets much thinner. It was an amazing F. For a voice with such depth that she can sing so high is unbelievable. Did you see her vowel too? Ga. Lateral. You've got to get really lateral up there. Use now go. Yeah, that's how you do it. And then she flipped out of her head at the end of that riff.
Collect my dimes, that's why you love it when I cry.
Oh, she's so emotional here.
Love for you, I'd give no lies for you.
There's that little head thing I was talking about earlier.
Generosity is my enemy, so I'm broke. I'm broke. Check, hard in debt. All you do is come around, just came here to collect. Red, check, hard in debt. Don't you know that I cry?
Okay. Wow, what a morning. This is my third in a row reaction to Faouzia. And I have to say, you know, as far as like, now I'm taking off my teacher hat for a second and just kind of talking about me as a fan of music. Like what hit me the most, you know? I have to say, I think it was unethical, actually. As far as the song goes, I think her vocal performance, which was the most standout of the three things I listened to, it was Tears of Gold. Tears of Gold is outrageous. She is singing like she's on fire. This song is just ferociously good. But the hook of Unethical, that kills me. Unethical. Oh, unethical. All right, guys. Thanks so much. You guys are so awesome that this, you know, I've gone down the Faouzia rabbit hole here with you all, and God, 27 minutes on that reaction. I felt like I was rushing at the end because I didn't want it to go forever, but I could have kept going. We're going to have some deep dives of some Faouzia things. I have to hear her do some live concerts and stuff now. Another artist for the rabbit holes that we're going down. Okay, if you like the video, thanks. Subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And if you want to come over and join the community, we have lots of cool people over there. You can meet some of these Faouzia fans. What do you call yourselves? Do you have a name for the community? Let me know down in the comments. Anyway, all right. I'll see you in my next one. That was fun. Cheers.